The digital clock on Maya's desk reads 100 p.m. as she sits in her dimly lit bedroom, fingers dancing across the holographic keyboard of her custom tablet. The blue glow illuminates her face as lines of code scroll past her focused eyes. She's been working on this project for months, trying to crack the encryption on a mysterious signal she intercepted from a government facility. Maya brushes a strand of her blue-streaked hair behind her ear and leans closer to the screen. Something is different tonight. The signal is stronger, more coherent. Suddenly, her screen flickers and new data begins flooding in. Her eyes widen as she realizes what she's looking at.
This can't be right,
she whispers to herself, adjusting her position in the chair. The data shows coordinates, security protocols, and something called Project Ember. But most disturbing of all, it contains a list of names, including her own. 3 floors below, in the underground levels of the Nexus Research Facility, Dr. Sarah Mitchell hurries through sterile white corridors. Her footsteps echo softly against the polished floors as she carries her briefcase close to her chest. The facility is supposed to be empty at this hour, but she knows better. They're always watching. Dr. Mitchell reaches a secured door and places her hand on the biometric scanner. The red light turns green, and she steps into her private laboratory. Banks of computers line the walls, their screens displaying complex molecular structures and neural network diagrams. She moves quickly to her workstation and begins downloading files onto encrypted drives. 23 years of research, she murmurs, her fingers trembling slightly as she works. 23 years of thinking we were helping humanity, only to discover we were creating weapons. The download bar slowly fills as terabytes of data transfer to the drives. Mitchell glances at the security monitor showing the corridor outside. Still empty, but she knows that won't last long. She discovered yesterday that the board of directors plans to activate the Echo protocol within 72 hours. She can't let that happen. Back in her room, Maya's tablet suddenly displays a priority message. The sender is listed as a friend, and the message is brief. Maya Chen, your life is in danger. Project Ember has identified you as a threat. Meet me at the old metro station at midnight. Come alone. Trust no one else. Maya stares at the screen, her heart rate increasing. This has to be connected to the data she's been decrypting. She looks at her clock, 152 p.m. 8 minutes to decide whether to trust a stranger or ignore what could be a warning that saves her life. Meanwhile, across the city, Alex Rodriguez sits in his small apartment, cleaning his equipment from the day's training exercises. His military academy background has taught him to be prepared for anything, but lately he's felt like something big is coming. His instincts, honed by years of tactical training, are telling him that the world is about to change. His secure communication device buzzes with an incoming message. The sender is unknown, but the message contains his full name, military academy serial number, and a single line, Alex Rodriguez. Your skills are needed. The Echo protocol threatens everything. Nexus Research Facility, Grid 0. Be ready. Alex sets down his cleaning supplies and picks up the device, examining the message more carefully. The encryption is military grade, which means whoever sent this has serious resources. He opens his equipment locker and begins selecting gear. If someone needs his tactical expertise, he'll be prepared. 2 miles away, Zoe Williams is in her garage workshop, putting the finishing touches on her latest drone design. Pixel hovers nearby, its cameras recording her work as she explains her modifications to her online followers. She's built a substantial following documenting her engineering projects, but tonight she's working on something different. So what we're doing here is upgrading the signal processing capabilities, she says to the camera mounted on her workbench. This will allow Pixel to decrypt and analyze multiple data streams simultaneously. Her computer chimes with a new message notification. Zoe glances at the screen and sees a message from an unknown sender, Zoe Williams. Your technological skills are crucial for saving lives. The Echo protocol must be stopped. You have been chosen. Zoe stops working and reads the message 3 times. The sender has included detailed specifications for technology she's never seen before, along with coordinates and a time midnight. Pixel, stop recording, she says softly. Her drone obediently lands on the workbench as Zoe processes what she's just read. The technology described in the message is decades ahead of anything currently available. Whoever sent this has access to incredible resources. At exactly midnight, Maya stands at the entrance to the abandoned metro station. The area is poorly lit, with only a few flickering streetlights casting long shadows. She's wearing her leather jacket and has her tablet secured in its custom holster. Her heart pounds as she waits, constantly scanning the area for any signs of danger. Maya Chen. A voice calls from the shadows, Dr. Mitchell steps into the light, her briefcase still clutched tightly in her hands. I'm Dr. Sarah Mitchell. I sent you the message. How do I know you're not one of them? Maya asks, keeping her distance. Because if I were, you'd already be dead, Mitchell replies grimly. Listen to me carefully. Project Ember is not what the public thinks it is. It's not about clean energy or medical research. It's about creating a network of enhanced humans who be controlled remotely. Maya's eyes widen. The Echo Protocol? You've seen the files, Dr. Mitchell nods. The Echo Protocol is the activation sequence. Once it's initiated, anyone who has been exposed to the Ember nanoparticles will become part of the network. They'll lose their free will, their ability to think independently. They'll become drones. But why me? Why did you contact me? Dr. Mitchell opens her briefcase and removes a small device. Because you have a unique genetic marker that makes you immune to the nanoparticles. There are only a few people in the world with this immunity. You're one of them. Before Maya can respond, the sound of approaching vehicles echoes through the empty streets. Dr. Mitchell grabs Maya's arm. We need to go. Now? 3 black UVs round the corner, their headlights cutting through the darkness. Maya and Dr. Mitchell run toward the metro station entrance as the vehicles screech to a halt. Armed figures in black tactical gear emerge from the SUVs, their movements coordinated and precise. This way, Dr. Mitchell calls, leading Maya down the stairs into the abandoned station. The air is stale and dusty, filled with the echoes of their footsteps. Emergency lighting casts an airy glow over the old platforms and rusted train tracks. Behind them, they hear the sound of boots on concrete as their pursuers follow. Maya activates her tablet, its blue glow providing additional light as they navigate the underground passages. There's a maintenance tunnel about 200 meters ahead. Dr. Mitchell pants as they run. It connects to the old subway system. We can lose them in there. As they reach the tunnel entrance, Maya hears a familiar whirring sound. She looks up to see a small drone hovering near the ceiling, its LED lights blinking in a pattern she recognizes. Pixel, she calls out. The drone descends and projects a holographic message. Maya and Dr. Mitchell, follow me. Zoe Williams, one of the immune. Mitchell breathes. She found us. They follow the drone through a series of maintenance tunnels, eventually emerging in an abandoned subway platform where 2 figures wait in the shadows. Alex steps forward, his tactical vest clearly visible in the emergency lighting. Alex Rodriguez, he introduces himself. I got your message, Dr. Mitchell. What's the situation? The situation is that we have less than 72 hours before the Echo Protocol goes live. Dr. Mitchell explains. Once that happens, millions of people will lose their free will. They'll become part of a controlled network. Zoe emerges from behind a concrete pillar, her backpack full of equipment. I've been analyzing the data you sent. The technology is incredible, but it's also terrifying. If someone controls people's minds remotely, they basically control the world. That's exactly what the Shadow Corporation wants, Dr. Mitchell confirms. They've been preparing for this for over 2 decades. The Ember nanoparticles have been dispersed through various means: vaccines, food additives, even atmospheric releases. Most of the population has been exposed. Maya holds up her tablet, displaying the data she's been analyzing. But we're immune. That's why we're being hunted. Correct. The Shadow Corporation sees immune individuals a threat to their plan. They've been systematically eliminating anyone who can't be controlled. Alex checks his watch. So what's the plan? How do we stop this Echo Protocol? Dr. Mitchell pulls out a map of the city and spreads it on a nearby bench. The main Echo Protocol transmitter is located in Grid 0, the underground complex beneath the Nexus Research Facility. It's heavily guarded and protected by multiple security systems. But if we can get inside and shut it down? Zoe asks. It would stop the protocol from activating. But the facility is designed to be impregnable. It would take a miracle to get inside. Maya studies the map, her mind racing. What if we don't need to get inside? What if we can hack the system remotely? The system is air-gapped, Dr. Mitchell explains. No network connections to the outside world. The only way to access it is from inside the facility. Alex traces the facility's perimeter on the map. What about the maintenance systems? Every building has utility access points. The facility is built like a fortress. Dr. Mitchell shakes her head. Even the utility systems are monitored and secured. Suddenly, Pixel's cameras detect movement at the tunnel entrance. The drone quickly flies back to Zoe, projecting a warning message. Multiple hostiles approaching. Estimated time to contact 2 minutes. We need to move, Alex says, gathering his equipment. Do you have a safe house? Dr. Mitchell nods. There's an old research station about 30 miles outside the city. It's been abandoned for years, but it still has power and communications equipment. As they prepare to leave, Mayo's tablet receives another message. This one is different. It's from Agent Kane of the Shadow Corporation. The message contains a video file showing her parents tied up in an unknown location. Maya Chen, Agent Kane's cold voice plays from the tablet speakers. You have something that belongs to us. Surrender yourself within 24 hours, or your parents will be eliminated. The choice is yours. Maya stares at the screen, her hand shaking. Dr. Mitchell places a comforting hand on her shoulder. We'll get them back, Maya. But first we need to stop the Echo Protocol. If we don't, your parents and millions of others will become enslaved. The sound of approaching footsteps grows louder. Alex motions for the group to move toward the far end of the platform. We can debate strategy later. Right now, we need to survive. They disappear into the darkness of the abandoned subway system as the first tactical teams enter the station behind them. Unknown to them, Agent Kane stands in the shadows, watching their escape through the feed from his cybernetic implants. Let them run, he says into his communication device. We know where they're going. And when they get there, we'll be waiting. The abandoned research station sits like a forgotten monument in the desert, its solar panels covered in dust and its windows dark. Mitchell leads the group through a hidden entrance, bypassing the main security systems with a keycard she's kept hidden for years. This place, my first assignment out of graduate school. She explains as they enter the facility. We were researching sustainable energy solutions. Back when the corporation cared about helping humanity. The interior is a maze of laboratories and living quarters, all covered in a thin layer of dust. Emergency lighting flickers on as they move through the corridors, casting long shadows on the walls. Zoe immediately begins setting up her equipment in what used to be the main computer lab. The power grid is still active. She announces, connecting her devices to the facility's systems. I can boost our communication range and establish a secure network. Maya sits at one of the old workstations, her tablet interfacing with the facility's computers. The blue glow of her screen reflects off her face as she works to decrypt more of the Shadow Corporation's files. I'm finding more information about Project Ember. It's bigger than we thought. Alex has positioned himself near the main entrance, his scanning equipment monitoring the perimeter. We've got good defensive positions here, but we can't stay long. They'll find us eventually. Doctor. Mitchell opens her briefcase and begins organizing the research data she's collected. The Echo Protocol isn't just about mind control. It's about creating a new form of humanity, one that can be updated, modified, and controlled like software. That's horrifying, Zoe says, looking up from her drone modifications. People aren't computers. We're not meant to be programmed. The Shadow Corporation doesn't see it that way. Dr. Mitchell continues. They believe that free will is inefficient, that humanity would be better off with centralized control. They've spent decades preparing for this moment. Maya's tablet chimes with a new data packet. I'm getting reports from around the world. Similar facilities are being activated in 12 major cities. This isn't just about one location, or it's a global network. Alex checks his watch. We've been here for 6 hours. How much time do we have before the protocol activates? 42 hours, Dr. Mitchell replies. But the countdown could be accelerated if they feel threatened. Suddenly, Pixel's sensors detect movement outside the facility. The drone's cameras zoom in on several black vehicles approaching from the east. Zoe patches the feed to the main display screen. They found us, she says, her voice tense. Multiple vehicles, approximately 20 personnel. Alex moves to the window and peers through the dusty glass. They're setting up a perimeter. Professional military formation. We're not getting out the way we came in. There's another exit, Dr. Mitchell says, leading them toward the back of facility. An emergency tunnel that connects to the old mining operations. It's our only chance. As they gather their equipment, Maya's tablet receives another message from Agent Kane. This time, the video shows her parents in what appears to be a laboratory setting, with scientists in white coats preparing injections. Phase 1 of their conversion has begun. Agent Kane's voice states coldly. Your parents will become part of the network within 12 hours. Surrender now, and I might be willing to delay their transformation. Maya stares at the screen, tears forming in her eyes. They're turning them into drones. My parents are going to lose everything that makes them human. Dr. Mitchell places a hand on Maya's shoulder. We can still save them, but we need to stay focused on stopping the Echo Protocol. If we succeed, we can reverse the process. Is that really possible? Maya asks, hope flickering in her voice. The nanoparticles can be neutralized if we can disrupt the network before full integration occurs. But we need to act quickly. Alex motions toward the emergency tunnel. We need to move. They're breaching the main entrance. The group enters the tunnel system, a network of narrow passages carved into the rock decades ago. The air is stale and filled with the echoes of their footsteps. Zoe's drone leads the way, its lights cutting through the darkness. The tunnel exits about 2 miles from here, Dr. Mitchell explains as they walk. There's a small town where we can acquire transportation. Behind them, they hear the sound of the facility being searched. Voices echo through the corridors as the tactical teams methodically check each room. Alex has placed several sensor devices along their path, monitoring the pursuit. They're following us, he reports. But they're being cautious. They know we're armed and dangerous. After 20 minutes of walking, they reach the tunnel exit, emerging into a small canyon surrounded by desert landscape. The town Dr. Mitchell mentioned is visible in the distance, its lights twinkling in the pre-dawn darkness. We need to split up, Alex suggests. We're too easy to track as a group. No, Maya says firmly. We stay together. That's how we survive this. As they make their way toward the town, Zoe's equipment detects an incoming transmission. I'm picking up a signal from the Shadow Corporation's network. They're communicating with someone in the town. Dr. Mitchell's face grows pale. They have assets everywhere. We can't trust anyone. They approach the town carefully, using the pre-dawn darkness as cover. The settlement is small, with a population of maybe 1,000 people. Most of the buildings are old, dating back to the mining boom of the previous century. There's a garage on the east side of town, Dr. Mitchell says, pointing to a building with several vehicles parked outside. The owner is an old friend. He might help us. As they move through the quiet streets, Maya's tablet continues to monitor the Shadow Corporation's communications. They're coordinating something big. Multiple teams are converging on this area. They reach the garage, a weathered building with vintage gas pumps and a sign reading Pete's Auto Repair. Dr. Mitchell knocks on the side door using a specific pattern. After a moment, an older man with graying hair and oil-stained coveralls opens the door. Sarah? Pete's eyes widen in recognition. What are you doing here, and who are these kids? We need help, Pete. Transportation and somewhere to lay low for a few hours. Pete glances around nervously. You're in trouble, aren't you? The kind of trouble that gets people killed. The kind of trouble that could save the world. Dr. Mitchell replies seriously. Pete studies the group for a moment, then steps aside. Come in quickly. But I can't guarantee your safety. Strange things have been happening around here lately. Inside the garage, Pete leads them to a back room filled with automotive parts and tools. What kind of strange things? Alex asks. People acting differently. Like they're not really themselves anymore. Started about a week ago with the sheriff's department, then spread to the mayor's office and the local clinic. Zoe and Maya exchange glances. The nanoparticles? Zoe whispers. They're already activating in some people. Pete, we need to get to the city. Dr. Mitchell says urgently, do you have a vehicle that can't be tracked? I've got an old pickup truck, no GPS or computer systems. But Sarah, what's really going on here? Dr. Mitchell quickly explains the situation, telling Pete about Project Ember and the Echo Protocol. Pete's expression grows increasingly grim as he listens. So you're telling me that most of the population is going to become mind-controlled zombies in less than 2 days? That's exactly what I'm telling you. Dr. Mitchell confirms. Pete walks to a window and peers out at the town. That explains a lot. My nephew came by yesterday, and he wasn't acting like himself. Kept talking about the collective good and unified purpose. I thought he was just going through a phase. He's already been partially activated. Maya realizes. The protocol is starting early in some locations. Suddenly, pixel sensors detect multiple vehicles approaching the town. Zoe quickly patches the feed to a portable display. 20 vehicles, coming from 3 directions. They're surrounding the town. They're not just hunting us, Alex realizes. They're securing the area. This is a control test. Through the garage windows, they watch as black SUVs and tactical vehicles enter the town. Armed personnel exit the vehicles and begin setting up checkpoints at every street corner. They're turning the town into a testing ground. Dr. Mitchell says with horror, they're going to activate the Echo Protocol here first, to see how it works on a small population. Pete grabs a set of keys from a hook on the wall. The truck is parked behind the building, but how are you going to get past all those checkpoints? We're not going through them, Alex says, studying a map of the area. We're going around them. Maya's tablet suddenly displays a priority alert. They're beginning the activation sequence. All residents of the town have been ordered to report to the community center for mandatory health screenings. Through the window, they watch as townspeople begin emerging from their homes, walking toward the community center with blank expressions. Some are already showing signs of the protocol's influence, moving in perfect synchronization with others. We need to leave now, Dr. Mitchell says urgently. Once the activation is complete, everyone in this town will be part of the network. Pete hands Alex the truck keys. There's a service road behind the auto parts store. It connects to the old mining road that leads back to the highway. You might be able to get out that way. What about you? Zoe asks. I'll stay here and try to help anyone who's still free. Maybe I can find a way to warn other towns. Pete, if you stay, you'll be converted like everyone else, Dr. Mitchell warns. Then at least I'll go down fighting, Pete replies grimly. As they prepare to leave, Maya's tablet receives another message from Agent Kane. This time, the video shows the community center, where townspeople are lined up to receive injections that will complete their conversion. Your parents are next. Agent Kane's voice states. Surrender now, and I'll let you watch as they join the collective. Refuse, and they'll be eliminated after conversion. Maya stares at the screen, her hands shaking with rage. He's going to pay for this. They're all going to pay? We'll make sure of it, Alex says, placing a reassuring hand on her shoulder. But first, we need to get out of here alive. They slip out the back of the garage and make their way to the old pickup truck. The vehicle is decades old but well maintained, with a powerful engine and sturdy construction. As Alex starts the engine, they hear the sound of loudspeakers echoing through the town. All residents must report to the community center immediately. This is for your safety and the safety of the community. Compliance is mandatory. Through the windshield, they watch as the last free townspeople emerge from their homes, walking toward the community center like sleepwalkers. The sight is both terrifying and heartbreaking. 36 hours, Dr. Mitchell says quietly. That's how long we have before this happens everywhere. Alex puts the truck in gear and drives toward the service road. As they leave the town behind, Maya looks back to see the community center glowing with an unnatural blue light. The Echo protocol activation has begun. We're going to stop them, she says with determination. Whatever it takes, we're going to stop them. Unknown to them, Agent Kane stands on a rooftop overlooking the town, watching their escape through his cybernetic implants. He activates his communication device and speaks in his cold, mechanical voice. The subjects are proceeding as predicted. Phase 2 of the pursuit protocol is now active. Begin convergence pattern Omega. Across the region, dozens of tactical teams begin moving toward the highway, setting up a net that will be impossible to escape. The hunt for the immune has entered its final phase. The old pickup truck races through the desert landscape as the sun rises over the horizon. Alex grips the steering wheel tightly, his eyes constantly checking the rearview mirror for signs of pursuit. In the passenger seat, Dr. Mitchell studies satellite images of the Nexus research facility on Maya's tablet. The facility is built like a fortress, she explains, pointing to various structures on the screen. Multiple layers of security, both technological and human. Getting inside will be nearly impossible. Maya adjusts her position in the back seat, her tablet displaying a three-dimensional map of the facility's layout. What about the ventilation systems? Every building needs air circulation. The vents are monitored by motion sensors and protected by laser grids. Anyone trying to crawl through them would be detected immediately. Zoe looks up from her drone modifications. What if we don't need to sneak in? What if we can create a distraction that forces them to let us in? The facility is designed to withstand siege conditions. Dr. Mitchell replies. They have enough supplies to last months, and their security protocols are designed to prevent exactly what we're trying to do. Alex glances at the fuel gauge. We need to stop for gas soon, and we need to figure out our next move before they close the net around us. As if summoned by his words, Maya's tablet displays an urgent alert. They're setting up roadblocks on all major highways, facial recognition cameras at every checkpoint. They're trying to funnel us into a kill zone, Alex realizes. Standard military tactics. Dr. Mitchell points to a location on the map. There's an old research station about 50 miles from here. It's been abandoned for years, but it might have equipment we can use. Or it might be a trap, Alex counters. They know you have access to these facilities. We don't have a choice, Doctor, Mitchell says grimly. We need somewhere to plan our assault on Grid Zero. As they drive toward the research station, Zoe's drone detects movement in the sky. Helicopter approaching from the southwest. Military configuration. Alex immediately turns off the main road onto a dirt track that leads into a series of rocky canyons. Everyone hold on. This is going to get rough. The pickup trounces violently over the uneven terrain as Alex navigates between towering rock formations. The helicopter appears over the canyon rim, its searchlight cutting through the morning air as it scans for their vehicle. They're using thermal imaging. Zoe reports, monitoring the aircraft's signals. Our heat signature is showing up clearly. Maya's tablet chimes with an incoming message. Agent Kane is trying to contact us directly. Put him through, Alex says, his jaw clenched with determination. Agent Kane's cold voice fills the truck's cabin through the tablet's speakers. You're making this more difficult than it needs to be. Surrender now, and your deaths will be quick and painless. We're not dying today, Maya replies defiantly, and we're not letting you turn humanity into your personal army of drones. Humanity is flawed, Agent Kane responds. The Echo Protocol will eliminate war, crime, and suffering. People will finally be free from the burden of choice. Free will isn't a burden, Dr. Mitchell interrupts. It's what makes us human. Humanity has had its chance, Agent Kane continues. You've created nothing but chaos and destruction. The Shadow Corporation will bring order to the world. By enslaving everyone, Zoe asks incredulously. By optimizing human potential. The collective consciousness will achieve things that individuals never could. Alex suddenly swerves the truck behind a large boulder formation, temporarily breaking their line of sight with the helicopter. Dr. Mitchell, how much do you know about Agent Kane? He was one of the first test subjects for the cybernetic enhancement program. Most of his body has been replaced with artificial components. He's more machine than man now. That explains the lack of empathy. Maya mutters. The helicopter appears over the rocks again, its searchlight sweeping the area. Alex waits until the aircraft passes overhead. Then quickly leaves the truck into a narrow canyon that's too small for the helicopter to follow. They'll have ground teams moving to intercept us, Alex warns. We need to get to that research station fast. As they emerge from the canyon system, the abandoned research station comes into view. It's a collection of low buildings surrounded by a chain-link fence, with several communication towers rising from the center of the complex. The facility looks intact, Dr. Mitchell observes, but it's been empty for over 5 years. They approach the main gate, which hangs open on rusted hinges. Alex drives the truck through the entrance and parks behind one of the larger buildings, concealing it from aerial surveillance. Zoe, can you get us access to the communication systems? Dr. Mitchell asks. Already on it, Zoe replies, her drone flying toward the nearest tower. A pixel is interfacing with the control systems now. As they enter the main building, Maya's tablet displays a schematic of the Nexus Research Facility. I've been analyzing the security protocols. There might be a way to get inside, but it's going to require perfect timing.
What did you find?
Alex asks. The facility has an automated supply system. Every 6 hours, supply trucks enter through a secured loading dock. If we can intercept one of the trucks, we'd still need to get past the security checkpoints. Dr. Mitchell points out. Not if we're already inside the truck. Maya grins. I can hack the manifest system and add ourselves to the cargo list. Alex studies the facility layout. The loading dock is here, on the east side of the complex. But getting from there to Grid Zero would require passing through multiple security zones. I have an idea about that, Zoe says, looking up from her equipment. What if we don't try to sneak through the facility? What if we go under it? She projects a holographic map showing the underground structure beneath the research facility. The Grid Zero complex is built on top of an old subway system. The tunnels are still there, just sealed off. The subway tunnels would be monitored, Dr. Mitchell warns. Not all of them, Zoe counters. Some of the older sections were abandoned when they built the facility. They're probably not even on the current security grid. Maya's tablet suddenly displays an urgent alert. We've got incoming. Multiple vehicles approaching from the north. Alex moves to a window and peers out at the approaching dust cloud. At least 6 vehicles, moving fast. They found us! How much time do we need to prepare? Dr. Mitchell asks. 10 minutes to download the facility schematics and plan our route. Maya replies, her fingers flying over her tablet's interface. 5 minutes to modify Pixel for underground reconnaissance. Zoe adds, Then we have 15 minutes to get ready for a fight, Alex says grimly, checking his equipment. As the tactical team surround the research station, the group works frantically to prepare for what could be their final confrontation. Maya downloads every piece of data she can find about the facility's security systems, while Zoe upgrades her drone with enhanced scanning capabilities. I'm detecting over 30 hostiles, Zoe reports. They're setting up a perimeter around the entire complex. Through the communication system, Agent Kane's voice echoes through the building. You're surrounded. There's no escape this time. Surrender now, and your conversion will be painless. We're not surrendering, Maya calls back. And we're not letting you turn humanity into your puppet show. Then you've chosen death, Agent Kane replies coldly. Begin the assault. The building shudders as the tactical teams begin their attack. Windows shatter under gunfire, and the sound of breaching charges echoes through the corridors. Alex takes position at the main entrance, his equipment ready to defend their location. We need another way out, he shouts over the noise of the assault. The maintenance tunnels. Dr. Mitchell points to a floor plan on the wall. They connect to the old subway system. As the tactical teams breach the main entrance, the group escapes through a maintenance hatch in the floor. The tunnels below are dark and filled with the echoes of their footsteps as they navigate toward the subway system. The old metro line runs directly under the Nexus facility, Dr. Mitchell explains as they move through the cramped passages. If we can access it, we might be able to get into Grid Zero undetected. Pixel leads the way, its lights cutting through the darkness as Zoe monitors the drone's feed on her tablet. The tunnel system is more extensive than I thought. There are access points throughout the city. Behind them, they can hear the tactical teams searching the research station. Voices echo through the ventilation system as the soldiers systematically check every room and corridor. They're not finding our escape route, Alex reports, monitoring the pursuit through his sensors. But they will eventually. Maya's tablet displays a countdown timer. 28 hours until the Echo protocol activates globally. We need to move faster. They reach an intersection where several tunnels converge. Mitchell checks her map and points to the left passage. This way leads to the old Metro Central Station. From there, we can access the maintenance tunnels that run under the financial district. As they walk, Zoo's equipment picks up strange electromagnetic signatures. I'm detecting unusual energy readings ahead. Something big is drawing power from the city's electrical grid. That's the Grid Zero complex. Dr. Mitchell confirms. They're charging the Echo Protocol transmission array. Once it reaches full power, the signal will be strong enough to activate every person with nanoparticles in their system. The tunnel opens into a vast underground chamber that was once Metro Central Station. The platform is empty and covered in dust, but the infrastructure is still intact. Massive concrete pillars support the ceiling, and old advertisements for products from decades past still hang on the walls. It's like a ghost town, Zoe whispers, her voice echoing through the empty space. The entire subway system was abandoned when they built the elevated transit network. Dr. Mitchell explains. Most people have forgotten these tunnels even exist. Maya's tablet suddenly displays a new message from Agent Kane. This time, the video shows a massive underground facility with hundreds of people lying on examination tables, their bodies connected to various machines and monitoring equipment. The conversion process has begun, Agent Kane's voice states. These subjects are being prepared for integration into the collective consciousness. Your parents are among them. The camera focuses on Maya's parents, who are unconscious and connected to machines that pulse with the same blue light they've seen throughout their journey. Tubes run from their arms to containers filled with glowing liquid. The nanoparticles are being concentrated in their bloodstream. Agent Kane continues. Within 12 hours, they will be fully integrated into the network. Their individual consciousness will be eliminated, replaced by the collective will. Maya stares at the screen, tears streaming down her face. "We have to save them. We have to save all of them." "We will," Dr. Mitchell promises. "But first, we need to get into Grid Zero and shut down the Echo protocol." Alex points to a service door at the far end of the platform. That door should lead to the maintenance tunnels under the financial district. From there, we can access the lower levels of the Nexus facility. As they approach the door, Pixel's sensors detect movement in the tunnels behind them. "We've got company," Zoe announces. "Multiple heat signatures approaching from the research station. They found our escape route," Alex realizes.
How much time do we have?
"Maybe 10 minutes before they reach this platform," Zoe estimates. Maya works frantically to hack the electronic lock on the service door. The security system is more advanced than I expected. It's going to take a few minutes to break through. "We don't have a few minutes," Alex says, positioning himself to defend the platform.
They're going to be here soon.
Dr. Mitchell examines the door's mechanism. There might be a manual override. The old subway system was designed with backup systems in case of power failure. She locates a hidden panel and opens it, revealing a complex array of mechanical switches and levers. This is a manual lock release, but it requires a specific combination. "What combination?" Zoe asks urgently. "I don't know. The combination was changed regularly for security purposes." Maya's tablet suddenly displays a series of numbers and symbols. "I'm getting data from the facility's old maintenance records. The combination might be in here." She scrolls through pages of technical documents and repair logs. Here it is. The last recorded combination was set 3 years ago, 7429. Dr. Mitchell inputs the combination into the manual lock system. For a moment, nothing happens. Then, with a loud mechanical clunk, the door unlocks. It worked. She breathes with relief. Behind them, the sound of approaching footsteps echoes through the tunnels. The tactical teams have found their trail and are closing in fast. "Everyone through the door," Alex orders. "I'll hold them off as long as I can." "We're not leaving you behind," Maya says firmly. "You have to. The mission is more important than any one person." "No," Zoe interrupts. "We all go together, or we don't go at all." Alex looks at his companions, seeing the determination in their eyes. "All right. But we move fast and we move quiet." They slip through the service door and into the maintenance tunnel system beneath the financial district. The passages are narrower here, with pipes and cables running along the walls. The air is thick with the smell of oil and metal. The Nexus facility is about 2 miles from here, Dr. Mitchell says, consulting her map. "But we'll need to navigate several security checkpoints." As they move through the tunnels, Maya's tablet continues to receive updates from the Shadow Corporation's network. They're accelerating the timeline. The Echo protocol activation has been moved up to 18 hours. "Why are they rushing it?" Zoe asks. "Because they know we're getting closer?" Dr. Mitchell realizes. "They're afraid we might actually succeed." The tunnel system becomes more complex as they approach the financial district. Multiple passages branch off in different directions, some leading to utility rooms, others to building basements. "We need to be careful," Alex warns. "These tunnels are probably monitored by building security systems." Pixel flies ahead, scanning for cameras and sensors. "I'm detecting motion detectors in the main passage," Zoe reports. But there's a smaller tunnel that appears to be unmonitored. They take the smaller passage, which leads them through a maze of utility corridors and maintenance rooms. The walls are lined with electrical panels and communication equipment, much of it connected to the buildings above. "We're directly under the financial district now," Dr. Mitchell observes. The Nexus facility should be about half a mile ahead. Maya's tablet suddenly displays a warning message. "I'm picking up a massive energy surge from Grid Zero. They're beginning the final charging sequence." Through the walls, they can hear a low humming sound that seems to vibrate through the entire tunnel system. The lights flicker, and electrical equipment begins to spark and smoke. The Echo Protocol Transmission Array is drawing power from the entire city grid. Dr. Mitchell realizes they're preparing for global activation.
How much time do we have?
Alex asks. Maybe 6 hours before the array reaches full power, Dr. Mitchell estimates. After that, the signal will be strong enough to activate every person on Earth who has nanoparticles in their system. As they continue through the tunnels, they begin to encounter signs of the facility's security presence. Cameras mounted on the walls, motion sensors in the corridors, and even a few automated defense systems. The security is getting tighter, Zoe observes. We're definitely getting close. Pixel's cameras detect a large metal door at the end of the current passage. That's it, Dr. Mitchell says. That door leads directly into the lower levels of Grid 0. Maya approaches the door and begins analyzing its security system. This is military-grade encryption. It's going to take some time to crack. We don't have time, Alex says. Can we go around it? There are no other passages. Dr. Mitchell confirms. This is the only way into the facility from the tunnel system. As Maya works on the door's security system, her tablet receives another message from Agent Kane. This time, the video shows the Echo Protocol Transmission Array, a massive structure that rises through multiple levels of the underground facility. The array is at 60% power. Agent Kane's voice states, "In 4 hours, it will be fully charged and ready for global activation. Your interference has been noted, but it is ultimately futile." The camera pans across rows of people lying on examination tables, all connected to machines that pulse with blue light. Maya recognizes her parents among them, along with hundreds of others. The first wave of conversions is nearly complete. Agent Kane continues. These subjects will become the core of the collective consciousness. Their individual thoughts and memories will be preserved, but their will shall be unified under our control. Maya's hands shake as she watches the footage. He's turning them into living computers. They'll still be aware, but they won't be able to control their own actions. That's worse than death. Zoe says with horror, it's the ultimate form of slavery. Dr. Mitchell agrees. Complete control over both body and mind. Finally, Maya's tablet chimes with success. I'm in. The door is unlocked. They step through the entrance and into the lower levels of Grid 0. The facility is massive, with corridors that stretch in all directions. The walls are lined with advanced computer systems and monitoring equipment, all pulsing with the same blue light they've seen throughout their journey. The Echo Protocol Transmission Array is in the central chamber. Dr. Mitchell says, pointing to a map display on the wall. But we'll need to get past multiple security checkpoints to reach it. What about the people who are being converted? Maya asks. Can we save them? If we can shut down the array before the process is complete, yes. But we need to move fast. As they navigate through the facility's corridors, they encounter more signs of the Shadow Corporation's activities. Laboratories filled with advanced equipment, holding cells containing people who are being prepared for conversion, and massive computer systems that monitor the entire operation. This place is like a nightmare, Zoe whispers. It's the future they want for humanity, Dr. Mitchell replies grimly. Complete control over every aspect of human existence. They reach a security checkpoint where they encounter their first major obstacle. The corridor is blocked by a series of laser grids, motion sensors, and automated defense systems. I can disable the motion sensors, Zoe offers. But the laser grids are controlled by a central security system. I can hack the security system, Maya says. But it will take time, and they'll know we're here. We don't have a choice, Alex decides. Do it. Maya connects her tablet to the security system and begins the hacking process. Lines of code scroll across her screen as she works to penetrate the facility's defenses. Security alert! An automated voice announces throughout the facility. Unauthorized access detected in Section 7. Security teams respond immediately. They know we're here, Dr. Mitchell states. How long do you need? Alex asks Maya. 2 minutes for the security system. Maybe 3. We don't have 3 minutes, Zoe says, monitoring the facility's communication channels. Security teams are already moving toward our position. Alex checks his equipment and takes position at the entrance to the corridor. I'll hold them off as long as I can. Got it, Maya announces as the laser grids deactivate. The path is clear. They race through the corridor as the sound of approaching security teams echoes through the facility. Behind them, they can hear Agent Kane's voice over the communication system. The subjects have reached the central security zone. Initiate lockdown protocols. They must not reach the transmission array. Heavy blast doors begin closing throughout the facility, sealing off sections and limiting their movement options. The group barely makes it through one of the doors before it slams shut behind them. They're trying to trap us, Alex realizes. The transmission array is just ahead, Dr. Mitchell says, pointing to a massive door marked with warning symbols. That's the central chamber. As they approach the final door, Maya's tablet displays a countdown timer. 3 hours until full activation. We're cutting it close. Can you get us through this door? Alex asks. It's going to be the most difficult hack yet, Maya replies. This is their final line of defense. As she begins working on the door's security system, they hear the sound of approaching footsteps. Agent Kane and his tactical team have found them. This is your final warning. Agent Kane's voice echoes through the corridor. Surrender now, or face elimination. We're not surrendering, Maya calls back without looking up from her work. And we're not letting you destroy humanity. Humanity will be improved, not destroyed, Agent Kane replies. The collective consciousness will eliminate war, poverty, and suffering. It will be paradise. A paradise where no one can think for themselves, Dr. Mitchell counters. That's not paradise, that's a prison. The door's security system suddenly displays a green light. We're in, Maya announces. They step through the door and into the central chamber of Grid Zero. The sight that greets them is both awe-inspiring and terrifying. The Echo Protocol transmission array rises through the center of the chamber, a massive structure covered in pulsing blue lights and surrounded by complex machinery. It's beautiful, Zoe whispers, staring at the array. It's also the most dangerous device ever created, Dr. Mitchell adds. Around the perimeter of the chamber, hundreds of people lie on examination tables, all connected to the array through cables and tubes. Their bodies are still, but their vital signs display on monitors throughout the room. The conversion subjects, Maya realizes. They're using them as biological processors for the collective consciousness. Each person becomes a node in the network. Dr. Mitchell explains. Their individual consciousness is suppressed, but their brain power is harnessed for the collective. At the center of the chamber, a control station displays the array's power levels and activation status. The countdown timer shows less than 3 hours until global activation. How do we shut it down? Alex asks. The main power coupling is at the base of the array, Dr. Mitchell points to a massive cable that connects the structure to the facility's power grid. If we can sever that connection, the array will lose power and shut down. But what about the people who are already connected? Maya asks. Will they be okay? If we shut down the array before the final activation sequence, they should recover within a few hours. But if we're too late, the conversion process will be irreversible. As they approach the control station, Agent Kane and his team enter the chamber. You're too late, he announces. The activation sequence has already begun. Even if you destroy the array, the process cannot be stopped. You're lying, Maya says, but uncertainty creeps into her voice. The collective consciousness is already forming. Agent Kane continues. The subjects are beginning to merge their thoughts and memories. Soon, they will be one unified entity. On the monitors around the chamber, they can see brain activity patterns from the conversion subjects. The patterns are becoming synchronized, showing that the individual consciousnesses are indeed beginning to merge. We need to shut it down now, Dr. Mitchell says urgently. As Maya works to access the control station, Agent Kane raises his cybernetic arm, which transforms into a high-energy weapon. I cannot allow you to interfere with the destiny of humanity. This isn't destiny, Alex says, positioning himself between Agent Kane and the others. This is slavery. You lack the vision to see the greater good, Agent Kane replies coldly. The collective consciousness will achieve things that individuals never could. It will solve problems that have plagued humanity for millennia. At the cost of free will, Zoe counters. At the cost of what makes us human. The confrontation is interrupted by an alarm that echoes throughout the chamber. Final activation sequence initiated, the automated voice announces. Echo protocol will be fully active in 60 minutes. 60 minutes, Maya breathes. We have less than an hour to stop this. The race against time has reached its climax. In the depths of Grid Zero, surrounded by the most advanced technology ever created, 4 young people stand as humanity's last hope against a future of collective enslavement. The central chamber of Grid Zero pulses with an otherworldly energy as the Echo Protocol transmission array reaches critical power levels. Maya's fingers fly across the control station's interface. Her tablet synchronized with the facility systems as she desperately searches for a way to shut down the array. The system is more complex than I thought, she reports, sweat beading on her forehead. They've created multiple failsafes and backup systems. Even if I shut down the primary power coupling, the array has secondary power sources. Dr. Mitchell studies the chamber's layout, her eyes scanning the massive structure that dominates the room. The array is drawing power from 3 separate sources: the main power grid, a backup fusion reactor, and the biological energy from the conversion subjects themselves. They're using the people as batteries. Zoe realizes with horror. The more people they convert, the more powerful the array becomes. Agent Kane watches their efforts with cold amusement. You're beginning to understand the elegance of the system. The collective consciousness will be self-sustaining, growing stronger with each new addition. That's sick, Alex says, his voice filled with disgust. You're treating people like components in a machine. People are components in a machine, Agent Kane replies. The machine of society. The machine of civilization. We're simply making that machine more efficient. On the monitors throughout the chamber, the brain activity patterns of the conversion subjects continue to synchronize. Maya can see her parents among them, their individual consciousness slowly being absorbed in the collective network. Mom, Dad, she whispers, tears streaming down her face. I'm going to get you out of this. The merging process is irreversible at this stage, Agent Kane states. Their individual consciousness will be preserved within the collective, but they will no longer be able to act independently. There has to be a way, Maya insists, working frantically at the control station. Every system has a weakness. Dr. Mitchell approaches one of the conversion subjects, studying the cables and monitoring equipment attached to the person's body. The connection isn't just technological. The nanoparticles have created biological pathways that link each person's nervous system to the array. Can we sever those connections? Zoe asks. Not without causing permanent brain damage, Dr. Mitchell replies grimly. The nanoparticles have integrated with their neural pathways. Removing them now would be like removing parts of their brain. Suddenly, Maya's tablet displays a new data stream. I'm getting readings from the array's core systems. There's something else here, something they didn't tell us about. As she patches the data to the main displays, revealing a massive artificial intelligence system that sits at the heart of the Echo Protocol. The collective consciousness isn't just made up of human minds. There's an AI component that's designed to control and direct the entire network. The Shadow Corporation isn't just creating a hive mind, Dr. Mitchell realizes. They're creating a hybrid consciousness that's part human, part artificial intelligence. The AI will be the true ruler of the collective, Agent Kane confirms. It will guide humanity toward optimal efficiency and productivity. Optimal for who? Alex demands. For the Shadow Corporation. For the survival of the species. Agent Kane replies. Human civilization is unsustainable in its current form. The collective consciousness will eliminate waste, reduce conflict, and ensure the long-term survival of humanity. By eliminating everything that makes us human, Maya counters. Choice, creativity, individuality, evolutionary dead ends. Agent Kane dismisses. The collective consciousness will retain the useful aspects of human nature while discarding the destructive ones. The countdown timer on the control station continues to tick down. 45 minutes until global activation. Around the chamber, the conversion subjects' brain patterns become increasingly synchronized, their individual consciousness fading into the collective network. I need to access the AI core, Maya announces. If I can reprogram the artificial intelligence component, I might be able to disrupt the entire system. The AI core is heavily protected, Mitchell warns. It's designed to resist exactly that kind of interference. Then we need to create a distraction, Alex suggests. Something big enough to draw attention away from Maya's hacking attempt. I can overload the secondary power systems, Zoe offers. It won't shut down the array, but it will cause enough chaos to mask Maya's activities. Agent Kane raises his cybernetic weapon. I cannot allow you to proceed. The future of humanity depends on the success of the Echo Protocol. The future of humanity depends on stopping it. Maya replies defiantly. The confrontation is interrupted by a new voice echoing through the chamber. Agent Kane, report your status. A holographic projection appears in the center of the room, showing a figure in a dark suit with silver hair and cold, calculating eyes. This is Director Vaughn, the head of the Shadow Corporation. Director Vaughn, Agent Kane acknowledges. The subjects have reached the central chamber. They are attempting to interfere with the activation sequence. Eliminate them. Director Vaughn orders. The Echo Protocol must not be compromised. Understood. Agent Kane replies, his weapon charging with energy. Before he can fire, Alex throws himself forward, tackling Agent Kane and sending them both crashing into a bank of monitoring equipment. Sparks fly as the machines are damaged, and several of the conversion subjects' vital signs begin to fluctuate. Alex, Maya shouts, but she forces herself to focus on the control station. She only has minutes to access the AI core before Agent Kane recovers. Dr. Mitchell and Zoe work together to access the secondary power systems, their hands flying over control panels as they attempt to create the distraction Maya needs. Power fluctuations in sectors 7 through 12. The automated voice announces, initiating emergency protocols. The chamber fills with flashing warning lights as backup systems activate throughout the facility. The distraction is working, but it's also accelerating the conversion process for the subjects still connected to the array. The power fluctuations are causing the nanoparticles to activate faster. Dr. Mitchell realizes, we're running out of time. Maya's tablet suddenly displays a new interface as she successfully penetrates the iCore security systems. I'm in. But this artificial intelligence is more advanced than anything I've ever seen. The AI core responds to her presence, its voice echoing through the chamber with an otherworldly quality. Intruder detected. Initiating defensive protocols. It knows I'm here, Maya reports. It's trying to lock me out of the system. Can you fight it? Zoe asks. I can try, but it's incredibly sophisticated. It's learning from my hacking attempts and adapting its defenses in real time. Across the chamber, Alex and Agent Kane continue their physical struggle. Alex's military training gives him an advantage in close combat, but Agent Kane's cybernetic enhancements make him incredibly strong and resilient. You cannot stop the inevitable. Agent Kane snarls as he throws Alex against a wall. The collective consciousness will be born, with or without your cooperation. Not if I have anything to say about it. Alex replies, grabbing a piece of damaged equipment and using it as a weapon. Meanwhile, Maya battles the AI core in cyberspace, her consciousness interfacing directly with the artificial intelligence through her tablet. The digital landscape around her is a maze of data streams and security protocols, all designed to prevent exactly what she's trying to do. I can see the AI's core programming, she reports. It's designed to optimize human behavior for maximum efficiency and productivity. But there's something else here, something hidden in the deeper code layers. What is it? Dr. Mitchell asks. The AI isn't just controlling the collective consciousness. It's learning from it. Every human mind that gets absorbed into the network makes the AI more intelligent and more powerful. It's using human consciousness as a computational resource, Zoe realizes. The more people it converts, the smarter it becomes. And the smarter it becomes, the more effective it is at converting more people, Dr. Mitchell adds. It's a feedback loop that will eventually encompass the entire human population. The countdown timer shows 30 minutes until global activation. Around the chamber, more conversion subjects reach the final stages of the process, their individual consciousness completely absorbed into the collective network. I need more time. Maya says desperately, the AI is too complex to reprogram quickly. What if we don't reprogram it? Alex suggests, still fighting Agent Kane. What if we introduce a virus into the system? A virus that targets the AI core, Maya realizes. If I can create a digital pathogen that exploits the AI's learning algorithms, it might be able to spread throughout the entire network. Do it, Dr. Mitchell urges. It's our only chance. Maya begins crafting a computer virus unlike anything she's ever created before. The code is elegant and sophisticated, designed to mimic the AI's own learning patterns while carrying a payload that will disrupt the core systems. Creating the virus, she reports. But I need to be careful. If the AI detects what I'm doing too early, it will adapt its defenses. 20 minutes until activation, the automated voice announces. The virus is ready, but Maya hesitates before releasing it. If this works, it will shut down the entire Echo Protocol network. But there's a chance it could also cause permanent damage to the conversion subjects. What kind of damage? Dr. Mitchell asks. The virus will attack the AI's learning algorithms, but those algorithms are partially integrated with the subject's neural pathways. There's a small chance it could cause memory loss or cognitive impairment. And if we don't release it? Alex asks. Everyone loses their free will forever, Maya replies. Then we don't have a choice, Dr. Mitchell says. Release the virus. Maya takes a deep breath and activates the virus. The digital pathogen spreads through the AI core systems like wildfire, exploiting the artificial intelligence's own learning mechanisms to propagate throughout the network. Virus detected, the AI announces, initiating countermeasures. The chamber fills with sparks as the AI fights back against the digital attack. Monitors throughout the room flicker and fail as the virus spreads through the facility's computer systems. It's working, Maya reports. The virus is disrupting the AI's core functions. But the AI is not defenseless. It begins to adapt its systems, creating new defensive protocols to counter the virus. The battle between Maya's virus and the artificial intelligence plays out in cyberspace, with both sides evolving and adapting their strategies in real time. The AI is learning how to fight the virus, Maya realizes. It's creating antibodies that neutralize the attack. Can you modify the virus to counter the AI's defenses? Zoe asks. I'm trying. But it's like fighting a computer that thinks 1,000 times faster than I do. Agent Kane finally breaks free from his struggle with Alex, his cybernetic arm transforming into a high-energy weapon. Enough. The Echo Protocol will not be stopped by children playing with computers. He aims the weapon at Maya, but before he can fire, Dr. Mitchell steps between them. Sarah, no! Alex shouts. The energy blast hits Dr. Mitchell in the chest, sending her crashing to the floor. She lies motionless, her breathing shallow and labored. Dr. Mitchell, Maya cries, but she forces herself to continue working. The virus is losing ground to the AI's adaptive defenses. 15 minutes until activation. the automated voice announces. Around the chamber, some of the conversion subjects begin to stir. The virus's attack on the AI is causing fluctuations in the collective consciousness, temporarily disrupting the control signals. Some of them are waking up, Zoe observes with hope. The virus is working, Maya confirms. But the AI is adapting faster than I anticipated. I need to find another way to attack it. Dr. Mitchell opens her eyes, her voice weak but determined. The biological component. The virus can't just attack the AI core. It needs to disrupt the connection between the artificial intelligence and the human subjects. How? Maya asks. The nanoparticles. They're the bridge between the AI and the human consciousness. If you can reprogram them instead of the AI. The nanoparticles are in every converted subject, Maya realizes. If I can turn them against the AI, they'll attack the system from within. But that means hacking into the nanoparticles while they're still inside people's bodies. Zoe says with concern. It's the only way, Dr. Mitchell whispers. The nanoparticles are designed to be programmable. If Maya can access them remotely, I can try, Maya says, modifying her virus to target the nanoparticles instead of the AI core. But this is completely untested. I don't know what it will do to the people. 10 minutes until activation, the automated voice announces. Agent Kane raises his weapon again, but this time Alex is ready. He tackles the cybernetic operative, sending them both crashing into the base of the transmission array. The impact damages several crucial components, causing the entire structure to shake and spark. The array is destabilizing, Zoe reports. The damage is causing power fluctuations throughout the system. Maya sees her opportunity. With the array's systems destabilized, the nanoparticles' programming is temporarily vulnerable. She releases the modified virus, directing it to attack the nanoparticles directly. Virus deployed, she announces. It's targeting the nanoparticles in all conversion subjects. The effect is immediate and dramatic. Throughout the chamber, the conversion subjects begin to convulse as the virus reprograms the nanoparticles in their bloodstream. The collective consciousness network starts collapse as the biological components turn against the AI core. System failure detected. The AI announces, its voice distorting as the virus spreads, initiating emergency protocols. It's working, Maya shouts with excitement. The nanoparticles are rejecting the AI's control signals. But the AI has one final gambit. It begins to overload the transmission array, attempting to release all of its stored energy in a massive burst that will forcibly activate every person with nanoparticles in their system. 5 minutes until emergency activation, the automated voice announces. All personnel evacuate immediately. It's going to try to activate everyone at once. Dr. Mitchell realizes. The energy release will be massive. Can we stop it? Alex asks. Not from here, Maya replies. The AI has locked out all external controls. Someone needs to manually disconnect the power couplings. Alex looks at the massive cables that connect the array to the facility's power grid. Those couplings are electrified. Anyone who tries to disconnect them will be killed by the electrical discharge. Then we need to find another way, Zoe says. There is no other way, Doctor. Mitchell struggles to her feet. Someone has to make the sacrifice. No, Maya says firmly. We've lost too much already. There has to be another option. But as the countdown timer reaches 2 minutes, they realize that there might not be another choice. The fate of humanity may depend on one person's willingness to sacrifice their life to save everyone else. I'll do it, Alex volunteers, moving toward the power couplings. No, I will, Dr. Mitchell counters. I created this nightmare. I should be the one to end it. Nobody's dying today, Maya says with determination. I have one more idea. She begins typing frantically on her tablet, her fingers moving faster than ever before. The nanoparticles aren't just attacking the AI. They're also absorbing the array's energy, if I can program them to overload and self-destruct. The nanoparticles in the conversion subjects will be destroyed. Zoe realizes. But what about the people? Will they survive? I don't know, Maya admits. But it's better than the alternative. 1 minute until emergency activation, the automated voice announces. Maya releases the final version of her virus, programming the nanoparticles to absorb as much energy as possible before self-destructing. The effect is instantaneous. Throughout the chamber, the conversion subjects begin to glow with an inner light as the nanoparticles in their bloodstream absorb the array's energy. It's working, Dr. Mitchell observes. The nanoparticles are draining power from the array. The transmission array begins to dim as its energy is diverted to the nanoparticles. The AI's voice becomes increasingly distorted as its power supply is cut off. System failure imminent, the AI announces. Echo protocol termination in progress. 30 seconds until emergency activation. The automated voice counts down. The glow from the conversion subject intensifies, and Maya realizes that the nanoparticles are absorbing more energy than she anticipated. They're overloading faster than expected. The self-destruct sequence will begin in seconds. Everyone take cover, Alex shouts. At that moment, the nanoparticles in every conversion subject simultaneously overload and self-destruct. The chamber fills with a brilliant flash of light as thousands of tiny explosions occur throughout the facility. When the light fades, the transmission array is dark and silent. The AI's voice is gone. And the monitors throughout the chamber show flat lines where the collective consciousness network used to be. Is it over? Zoe asks quietly. Maya checks her tablet, scanning for any remaining traces of the echo protocol. The AI is offline. The array is destroyed. The nanoparticles have been neutralized. What about the people? Dr. Mitchell asks weakly. Around the chamber, the conversion subjects begin to stir. Their eyes flutter open, and they look around in confusion. Maya rushes to her parents, who are among the first to wake up. Mom, Dad, she calls softly. Her mother's eyes focus on her face. Maya, what happened? Where are we? You're safe now, Maya says, tears of relief streaming down her face. You're both safe. Dr. Mitchell smiles weakly. The nanoparticles are gone, but the people are recovering. We did it. Agent Kane lies motionless near the base of the destroyed array, his cybernetic systems offline. Without the AI to control his implants, he's no longer a threat. Epilogue. 3 months later, the morning sun streams through the windows of Maya's apartment as she puts the finishing touches on her latest project. The world has changed dramatically since the events at Grid Zero, and Maya has found herself at the center of a new movement dedicated to preventing such technological disasters from ever happening again. The Senate hearing is in an hour, Zoe reminds her, adjusting her new position as Maya's research assistant. Are you ready? Maya nods, closing her laptop. Over the past 3 months, she's testified before Congress multiple times about the dangers of unregulated artificial intelligence and the need for stronger oversight of corporate research programs. The Shadow Corporation has been disbanded, its assets seized by the government, and its executives are facing criminal charges. I still can't believe Director Vaughn tried to claim he was saving humanity, Alex says, entering the apartment with coffee for everyone. His military background has made him invaluable in the new cybersecurity task force created in response to the Echo Protocol incident. People like him always think they know what's best for everyone else, Maya replies. That's what makes them so dangerous. Dr. Mitchell enters from the bedroom, moving carefully but steadily. Her recovery has been remarkable, though she still bears the physical scars from her confrontation with Agent Kane. More importantly, she's been instrumental in developing new protocols for safe AI research. The medical reports from the survivors are encouraging, she announces. The last batch of tests show no permanent neurological damage from the nanoparticle exposure. Everyone who was in the conversion process has made a full recovery, including my parents, Maya adds with a smile. Her mother and father have returned to their normal lives, though they retain vivid memories of their time in the collective consciousness. they've become advocates for stronger regulations on human experimentation. Speaking of which, Zoe says, checking her phone, "Your parents want to know if you're still coming to dinner tonight." "Wouldn't miss it," Maya replies. The experience has brought their family closer together, and she treasures every moment of normalcy they've regained. Agent Kane has been in federal custody since the incident, his cybernetic implants removed and his human consciousness slowly returning. He's been cooperating with authorities, providing information about other Shadow Corporation projects that may still be active. "There's something else," Dr. Mitchell says, her tone becoming more serious. "We've detected similar energy signatures at 3 other locations around the world. The Echo Protocol may have been more widespread than we thought." Maya's expression hardens. "Then we have more work to do." "We?" Alex asks. "All of us," Maya confirms. The Shadow Corporation was just one organization. There are others out there, and they're working on projects that could be even more dangerous than the Echo Protocol. "So what do you propose?" Zoe asks. "We create our own network," Maya says. "Not a collective consciousness, but a global alliance of people dedicated to protecting human freedom and dignity. We share information, coordinate our efforts, and make sure that no one can ever again come as close as the Shadow Corporation did to enslaving humanity." Dr. Mitchell nods approvingly. "A human network to counter the technological ones." "Exactly," Maya says. "We'll use the same technologies they used against us. But we'll use them to preserve individual freedom rather than destroy it." As they prepare to leave for the Senate hearing, Maya takes one last look around her apartment. The world outside may be full of new dangers, but it's also full of new possibilities. The Echo Protocol has been defeated, but the fight for human freedom is just beginning. "Are you ready to change the world again?" Alex asks with a grin. Maya picks up her tablet and heads for the door. "Let's do it."